Today is Sunday, June 12th, I think. Yeah. And so I'm heading over to Angola, Indiana. So this is my first stop after Effingham, where I spent 2 days. It started raining all of a sudden. At first it was like plus 27 Celsius, and then it went down. Now it's actually cold. I had to wear my sweater to go inside this TA in Clayton, so exit 59 off I-70. Now here's my route for somebody who likes to follow me on maps. Like, so I-70, that's near Indianapolis. It'll be exit 69, and then I take 465 south and go around around Indianapolis at the bottom, and then I get to I-69 north, and then there's a petrol there at exit 245, and actually that's what I put in. So my next stop is only 135 clicks away from here, but I want to stop there because that's where I have to take, I'm doing a detour, you know, like I-69 goes like this, and at 245, right where that petrol is, I have to take US 35 west, and then 9 north, and then there's US 35 again there in Gas City, where the Starbucks is, where I usually stop anyway. Basically, yeah, instead of going straight on 69, I'm taking this 35 west, then SR 9 north, and then 35 back to 69. So that's my basically detour in Indiana. And I cannot enter Michigan because I'm over 10 feet wide today, so I can only start driving tomorrow. And I attached my new dash cam over there. Really, I like how it looks, and so it automatically starts recording once you plug this in. And you see the cable is there, and then it's wrapped around over there. It's a pretty long cable, but I think I need to change the angle. So we're gonna start now, and they see this little thing over here, because they like this. Changes the angle, like the lens over there can go up and down. I think before it was showing a bit too much of a hood. And so basically, as soon as you turn the key, so the power goes to there. So actually that means that I can actually keep it plugged in, because there's no power when you turn the key straight, but I think there's power when it's to the left or to the right. And so that's what I've been doing. 47 liters per 100 kilometers. And the trick with these dash cams, you see where my windshield is? Windshield wiper? I remember once I made a mistake. I put it like somewhere here, or you know, somewhere where the windshield wiper was not reaching, and right away I realized that that's not good, right? Because once it starts raining or the windshield is dirty, you want to be able to clean the windshield. And so I think that's where my old one was, my old dash cam, the one that kept falling off. So it was like also 40 bucks, 50 bucks. This one is $100, but they have a so it's a company called, the company is called Rexing, but they have a basic one for 49 bucks, but that one doesn't have a GPS inside. And since I've been in a couple of accidents, most of the time where people were hitting me, it's good to have, when I activated the screensaver, because before I was driving for 2 hours and it was on, the screen was on. I did not like that, because that's probably can cause some heating issues, you know. And so now when I stopped here, I went in the menu and I activated the screensaver after 1 minute. So I still want to see that it works, right? And then after 1 minute it can go dark, and that's what it did. And so yeah, this one is not a GPS like a navigation device, but it has a GPS unit inside. And so it actually records your speed.
300 meters, turn left onto Indiana 39 North.
And it records your location, which I think is great for you know, whenever you have some issue where you need to prove that you were not speeding, you know, and let's say there was an accident, right? And they say, well, you hit us. But this way I can, and of course, you know, the dash cam records like last time when that thing happened in Kentucky, right? Even though they hit me in the side, so the dash cam would not show that, but I asked the lawyer and he says, well, yeah, if you had a dash cam it would still be useful, because then we could use the video to prove that there was nobody in front of you, right? So you did not hit them coming from the back like what they claim, you know. So I think it's a good idea to have one, definitely. Actually, the more fancy one I have in my car, I was thinking of moving that one to here, because, you know, I don't drive that much in my car and I'm much more careful. I mean, not much more careful. I'm both careful in the truck and in the car, but I do much more mileage in the truck, right? So the chance of me getting into an accident is much higher in the truck.
Take the next left onto Indiana 39 North, then use the right lane to take the ramp to I-70 East.
So much more mileage, right? Daily driving, 8 hours behind the wheel, 9, 10. And secondly, my speed often is much, like, there's a big discrepancy, right, between my speed and the speed of people around me, and that's dangerous, right? Whereas when I'm in my car I drive as fast as other people most of the times. And it's been a while since I've been at this place. Like, I see a new warehouse. They build up, the road is much wider now, and now there's a roundabout over there. Like, this guy is coming. He's coming from that warehouse. Yeah, it's a much wider road now. So anyway, what I wanted to show you is, I'll show you that detour. So now I'm gonna turn off the camera once I hit the interstate, but I'll show you that, what is it, US 30? Man, how did you get out of here without lights, you know? And the people are coming. Some of these truck stops, you know, like, they really should have a, wanted to say check engine light. No, they really should have a set of lights.
Use the right lane to take the ramp to I-70 East.
Indianapolis. Here we go.
500 meters, merge onto I-70 East.
This is the last time I stop at this crazy station. Too many obstacles. Might be better to stop next time at the lofts.
Continue on I-70 East for 15 kilometers.
Yeah, I went through some construction where a lane was one lane was closed. Had a couple of tense moments. Oh, and I opened the hood and checked my the front of my radiator, and didn't see too much stuff in there, but I cleaned it a little bit with a brush anyway. There was just some, you know, dust and dirt, but nothing too crazy. But next time I'm doing a truck wash, I'll ask him to wash it. All right, so about 2 hours, hour 45 minutes to my next stop, Petro, at exit 245 off I-69. I'm at the Petro at the start of my detour. I like the look of this truck. I know many people don't like him. You know, that 980. But I don't know. It looks pretty cool. Like especially this color scheme the guy has. See, the middle of the truck is blue, and his tanks are blue, and he has super single tires on the drives. And this is an Ontario truck, by the way. I exchanged a couple of emails with a guy about my truck. Oh, by the way, see, that's the classic W9. and this is the new version. And of course the big difference is that that one has air cleaners, outside air cleaners, so that engine gets 4 times more air than this one, than the engine in this truck. That's a proven fact. So I would love to have air cleaners on my truck, because they would really help with cooling, you know. Like now it's pretty hot, it's plus 28 Celsius, and Indianapolis was, man, just one big construction over there on 465. All right, you guys ready? I really enjoy the look of that. I like the look of that dash cam. Just check this out. Plug it in. Boom. Oh, my key is okay. Oh yeah, okay, see, Zik. And it starts recording. I see the red dot starts blinking. So yeah, I'm doing some kind of like a marketing research to see what my truck is worth. And I think it's always a good idea to do this with you know, when you own an expensive vehicle, because what if somebody says, hey, we'll give you $1 million, you know, I would sell it. So I put the price at 235,000 Canadian, which is what I paid. That was the price of this truck in November 2017 when we spec'd it and we signed the contract, right? And then the truck arrived, and this was a 2019. This is a 2019 model. And then the truck arrived in like last week, in the middle of February 2018, and it took them over 2 weeks to get it ready. In particular, they need, I ordered the plastic fenders on the last 3 axles, and the truck came from the factory with no fenders, and so they took them a while to install it. And then the second thing they did locally was install the PTO. I think it was cheaper. It was cheaper to do it locally than at the factory. And so those guys in Aberfoyle, where I transaxle truck service, very nice British guys work there, and that was the first time I dealt with them. And so after that I started using them for truck service. Aberfoyle, which is Guelph, just east of Cambridge, maybe 10 minutes away. And so yeah, I started tracking in March. I think I still have a picture on my phone. Oh, I moved it to my computer, but there was a picture. I took a picture of the odometer, and I think it had like 1,000 clicks, because they use my truck to pull two other trucks. You know how they stack them like this on the back? And so my truck was the lead, of course, as my luck would have it, my truck was the lead truck. And so when I got it, it had 1,000 kilometers on it, or 600 miles. And I remember I did a video about this, and some guys on YouTube were saying, what? Some people don't like it when you when you receive a truck and you have like so many miles. But I mean, you know, 600 miles, what do? They just drove it from that factory in Ohio, right? That's where they build them. And so now I only have 373,000 kilometers. So it's a pretty much, you know, new truck. And to make things interesting, I also wrote, you know, this is like a free ad that I posted online in Canada, and at the bottom I described the truck, you know, Comet 605, 4 axles, big sleeper, all that good stuff, PTO, lift axle. And at the bottom I wrote, also have a 60-ton RGM with 5 axles. And some crazy guy sends me an email. Price with the trailer? Question mark. I wrote back 420,000 Canadian. And the guy the guy says, oh, how about 320,000? So I'm asking 420,000 Canadian. He's offering 320. So he just took off $100,000. That's how people negotiate online, right? I'm surprised he didn't write 200,000. Like the truck is 235, right? So okay, he's not arguing about that. And then he expects to get a 60-ton trailer with a Jeep and the booster and the extra flip axle for 120,000. All right, here we go. So this is my detour. I turned off the volume. Otherwise this thing will keep bugging me to make a U-turn every 5 minutes. And my destination now is Petrol Stopping Center in Angola, Indiana, also known as Gaston. I turn on my lights just to keep people on their toes, and my flashing light on the roof is on, and my light in the back is on, the flashing light. All right, so we're going to the next major highway going north, which is Highway 9. Basically, there's a construction there on 69. So these are just fields, and more fields. And it's been raining on and off ever since I left Effingham. You see, it's like pretty cloudy, right? But it's very hot. Plus 27. All right, let me set up the cruise control here. Yeah, 91 is good. 92, no, 91. Perfect. 91 clicks an hour, which is 1300. Should be 1320. 1320 RPM. Yeah, you see, this thing still wants me to turn around and go back. Yeah, one of my fans named Ronnie lives in this area. Actually, he lives in Indianapolis. I met him once, you know. He calls me sometimes, and I said, hey, I'm coming on 65 from, I think I was coming out of Kentucky. And he said, well, there's a truck stop here. Are you gonna stop here? I'd like to look at your truck and your load. And so I stopped at that truck stop. He came out in his car. We had a nice chat. I showed him the truck, showed him the load. It's pretty cool. I have people emailing me or calling me from all over US and Canada. Alright, this thing still cannot find that Highway 9. It still thinks that it's quicker to turn around and go back. Very plain looking houses. I bet that the land here is cheap. Alright, I think it's somewhere we're coming up on that Highway 9. Might be that flashing light in the distance. Speed limit 45. That's not Highway 9. This is 100E. I see it very far in the distance. There's a set of lights. This is Alexandria. Yeah, there we go. Alright, can we turn here on the red? I think so. Green and clean. This one, I think I already found a load. The guy was emailing me actually before I booked this one. Some guy in Ontario there, he has a, I think it was an excavator. It was also an excavator inside Ontario, going to basically loading not too far from my little town and going to towards Ottawa, the capital of Canada. And of course I said, hey, I cannot do this too cheap, because you know Ottawa, that's like 400 miles in the wrong direction. So I'm loading here, and I highly doubt it that I'll find a reload to go back. And so I gave him a quote. I charged him for all the time and all the miles pretty much from Cambridge, Ontario to Hamilton, where it's loading, and then Hamilton to Ottawa, and Ottawa back to Cambridge. because that's how you do it. You know, when it's less than 500 miles, you always charge them return trip. Because yeah, from Hamilton to Ottawa, it's less than 500 miles. And so it came to a nice number, and he's Canadian, so I gave him a quote in Canadian dollars, and he disappeared. Did not reply, no thank you, no nothing. So wait a second, I think it's yeah, I gotta turn right or east on 35. And so he disappeared, and then I booked this load, and then as I was driving empty to Missouri, he texted me again, the same guy. He says, when can you do it? And I said, hey, I didn't hear from you, so I booked a load. I'm moving a machine from Missouri to Timmins. So I said, you know, he knows Timmins, right? I said, I need 1 day after I deliver, because Timmins, it's 500 miles north of my yard in Cambridge. So I said, I need 1 day. Let's say if I deliver Tuesday in Timmins, which is my plan, I said I need Wednesday to drive down to Hamilton. So I said, I can pick up your machine probably Thursday morning. And the good thing is that I don't need any permits because it's not that heavy, so I can use my enhanced annual permit. Just, you know, load, secure, put the flags on corners of the machine, and I can go. And I hope this guy is okay paying COD, because I'm definitely not waiting 30 days to get paid from a guy I never met in my life, you know. But it looks like it's his machine. He's like in construction or something, and so he's just moving an excavator probably from one job to another job, from one job site to another job site. I don't know. But that would be a nice, you know, nice change, because it's pretty short trip. And so I'd be, if I load Thursday, I could probably deliver late afternoon on Thursday, and then Friday I'll come back and I'll spend the weekend at home. Oh, it's not flashing. Okay, so it says school speed limit 45. Nice looking school. Looks like a jail. Except there's no barbed wire. All right, where's our 35 here? Last week I did some paperwork. I renewed, you know, every year you have to renew your kind of like DOT number, except for Ontario. It's called CVOR, Commercial Vehicle Operator Registration. CVOR. But it's like a 7-digit number with 2 dashes. But it's same idea as US DOT number. So it's your registration number for safety records, right? That's where all your tickets go, like the information in there. And you have to renew it every year, and it's 50 bucks Canadian, whereas the original registration was $250 Canadian, which is interesting, right? In the States, you pay once and that's it. There's no annual charge to maintain the MC number and DOT number, but in Canada you gotta pay. And so, but it's very easy to do because they send you an email with a link to the website. Sorry. And you just click on that link, you fill out the form, and just click on pay. And so I did that one, so now it's renewed for another year. And another thing I had to do was my business license, because you know, I have a sole proprietorship, right? So, and I registered it even though I operate under my own name, but because I wanted to be able to use DBA, like a trade name, right? You have to register. So Sergei Dratchev Heavy Haul is my trade name, and that, when you register a business in Ontario, Canada, it's good for 5 years, and then you have to re-register. Like there's no renewal, there's no extension. You have to just basically register as if you're registering a new business. And I think it was 70 bucks. Also very easy to do. You just go online. It's called Service Ontario. So you can register. You don't have to drive anywhere, you know. You can register a corporation, you can register a sole proprietorship, a partnership, you know, everything online with a credit card. And so basically I use the same trade name, same, you know, legal name, my name, legal name of the company is my name, same address, everything the same, just paid extra money, and right away the computer sends me a copy of that, my business license, which again I only need it because I want to be I have the sign on the door, Sergei Dratchev Heavy Haul, right? So you gotta have registration for that. You cannot just call yourself whatever you want. And I wanted to add another activity, but for some reason I didn't see that. I think it just said primary activity, and as soon as I clicked tracking or truck transportation, that window closed, and I didn't see a way to add one more, because I wanted to add you know, machinery trading or equipment trading, because I want to try, you know, maybe buy and sell. Maybe buy I don't know, like a small excavator and try to resell it for more money, or buy a dozer, something that's not too crazy expensive, you know. But they didn't allow me to add that second activity, so now my license again just basically trucking. All right, finally my tablet found that route, so I chose it. So basically we're turning east in 3.6 clicks, 2 miles on US 35. And that's a interesting coincidence, because there's a couple of truck stops in there where that US 35 connects with I-69. There's a Starbucks in there. There's 2 truck stops. There's a couple of fast food places. I like stopping there. But then after a while it became confusing, because Indiana changed the exit numbers on I-69. Well, they just added, I think, 200. They added, so exit 59 became 259 for some reason. I'm guessing it's because they extended the highway. They converted one of the, you know, regular US highways to a freeway south of Indianapolis. Because before 69, it was shorter, right? Anyway, if you guys from Indiana, you probably know the story. But and so yeah, this Gas City, Indiana, usually there's a place to park, and if there's no parking available at these 2 truck stops, there's a road in there, kind of like a service road, and there's no signs there, so basically you can park there. It's right next to Holiday Inn, so it's kind of like, you know, hey,
600 meters, turn right onto US 35 south.
kind of like a oversized load friendly location, you know. Yeah, you see, detour, because 26 was closed. Highway 26, like the previous one, goes like this, and so
Turn right onto US 35 south.
oh, that's pretty narrow over here. Okay, what do we have?
Continue on US 35 south for 11 kilometers.
Gas City, 3 miles. And it's 11 clicks to the freeway. А я еду за туманом и за запахом тайги. Still not talking to my family. Getting a bit concerned about that. How I got into this situation, right? So now I don't want to call them, but I unblocked everything. Like before I blocked them, you know, I blocked phone numbers and email, but just in case, you know, you never know, right? So I unblocked everything, so they can email me, they can call me if they want, but they're not calling, I'm not calling. My nephew, basically the son of my brother, he lives with my mom, and he emailed me. He says, Uncle Sergei, this is, and his name is Sergei as well. Uncle, this is Sergei, your nephew. He says, listen, the grandmother is very sad, so she doesn't know that I'm writing to you. Maybe you can call her? And I said, I deleted her smartphone number. I only know her old number, and now she has a smartphone, right? I said, okay, maybe send me the number and I might call her. And then he said he doesn't know the new number, and I said, and by that time I changed my mind. I said, you know what, I don't want to talk to them until this aggression is going on. I said, tell them that I'll call when Putin pulls out of Ukraine. How's that? And that's it. He didn't write back. Rough crossing. Well, thank you for the warning, I guess. But instead of spending money on that sign, they might have maybe fixed the crossing. All right, 7 clicks to the freeway. Road construction. I think I might stop there. Just go around to the Starbucks and get a coffee. Here the road separate divides, but we see my least favorite sign: uneven lanes. You know when they go like this? Robert Ray Memorial Bridge. Alright, how are we doing on the right here? Oh, lots of room. Lots of room. Casey's General Store. Price of diesel is $5.89. Man. I avoided that one and boom, I got into this one. Wow, they just left a hole in the center of the road. Работники. So this is the gas city. No, I never saw a repair like this, where people just left a hole. We're gonna bypass this one. You see on this side they already filled it up, but here they just left them. Interesting. Limit 25. McDonald's. I just remembered I read the story. You guys heard about this? McDonald's had about 850 locations in Russia. And when they went into Ukraine, McDonald's closed all locations. And now there was a story saying that they sold all these restaurants to a guy, to a Russian billionaire. And it's the same, the equipment is the same inside. Of course, the menu is different. But the guy rehired all previous McDonald's employees. And they just changed the name, and they changed the logo, and it has some crazy name. It's called Tasty, and that's it. And that's it in Russian is the same as dot, точка. And so I'm pretty sure everybody will be calling that restaurant точка. So are we going to the dot? Are we going? Идем на точку? Bro, that was his plan. But pretty unusual name. Tasty, and that's it. Basically, we don't care about the name. And they interviewed the guy there, some 15-year-old kid. And it says they changed the menu a little bit, but he says, and of course they changed the names of the items of the burgers, but he says the burger tastes exactly like it was when it was a McDonald's burger. And so you see, they found a way out. So now they're gonna have 850 restaurants pretty much making the same food, but called differently. Which is kind of like, why would you deal with Russia, right? Like, everybody's leaving Russia, all businesses are leaving Russia, they don't want to sell to them or buy their products. And McDonald's, no, it's not this one, sorry. And McDonald's decided to sell, so they made money. Okay, where is that turn? I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, this is that alley that I was talking about. Because this way I can park.
600 meters, turn left onto south, 600 east.
I can park real close to McDonald's. I mean Starbucks, sorry. And then I can leave. So it's just basically this road, kind of like a local access road. And there's an interesting item over here. There's markings. There's markings on the
300 meters, turn left onto US 35, South County Road 500 south.
on the pavement for a helicopter. Can you believe this? Like this road, right? So people can park here. There's another truck stop there, another truck stop over there. And check this out. There's a yellow cross. You see this? So it's for a chopper. And I usually park on that side. You see, like there's no signs, nothing. Like this is new. Lots available. A new road in there. Once I stayed at that Holiday Inn Express, and Starbucks is right there. So I'm gonna go grab a coffee and keep trucking. So from here it's 158 clicks to Petro Canada in Angola or Gaston. Thanks for watching.